All right, going live, going live. Everything's in the green. Excellent connection. My microphone is on. Keyboard closer. All right, so it's 10:59, about to be 11 p.m. All right, welcome back to Bondwatch. We are going to watch Quantum of Solace today. So let's check it out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Yep, the timer's on. Good. So, if you didn't catch me with the Casino Royale reaction yesterday, I did say that the last time I saw Quantum of Solace was back in theaters in 2008. And I remember liking it back then. I don't know if my opinion would change. I do remember that, I do know that a lot of people said that they were not fans of this one. Oh my god, actually, I think the editing got worse. It's trying to replicate, the fast-paced editing of Taken, but I don't know, it's not really working for me right now. Hey Alex, what's up? And that's the thing, if you want to do fast cuts, that's fine, but don't shake the camera. Or if you want to shake it a little bit, fine. A tiny bit. Like, make it a little subtle. Man, these are very fast cuts. And I guess it's because Taken 2 and Taken 3, I don't think they came out around this time. Heck, did the first Taken came out at this time? Hold on, it's 2008, right? Let me just quickly check. Taken. Nice. Taken. What? Taken also came out 2008. Huh. Ironic. But I will say the editing in Taken 2 and especially Taken 3 is horrendous. Oh, nice. That, you know what? That is awesome. Hey, Justin. How's everything? Siena, Italy. Oh, is this the first time they actually do the what do you call it? They just name the places with the because I think they did that in did they do that in Skyfall and Spectre? I believe they did too. Honestly, I really love this title sequence, and I really like the song. And I think I like it a lot because of the minimalistic approach to this. Casino Royale's title sequence also had the minimalistic approach, but this one is even more minimalistic because there's barely it's mostly sepia tone. And you can argue it's because I do like Jack White and I do like Alicia Keys, but I do like the song. But after watching Casino Royale yesterday, I gotta say, I think that title sequence is better. Because even though there's a lot of good work in this, I really like the style of the title sequence in Casino Royale. Oh yeah, the cards is a great idea for the title sequence. This one is mostly just sand. And honestly, I still like it, but again, after watching Casino Royale yesterday, I have to admit, I think that title sequence is better. How long is this movie? Oh yeah, I forgot. It's pretty short. It's weird because Mark Foster can definitely keep the camera still, but why for the action scenes they have to be shaky as hell? I'm glad he didn't take the Paul Greengrass approach. Like, I keep it handheld the entire time. Okay, yeah, this did not age well. It's really hurting my eyes. I remember I really loved this action sequence. Why the hell does it look bad now? Is it because I just watched Casino Royale yesterday? The movie is a lot darker than I remember. I don't mean in tone, I mean it actually looks darker than before. Okay, now it's more daylight. Okay, I can see things. I guess yeah, I like this. I like this part. I guess it's because you could actually see it in the daylight. Ooh, yeah, I remember that part. Oh, that gotta really hurt. And he just keeps going. Even Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible movies would be like, ah! You know what's the weird thing? Because this director directed World War Z, and I do know people had problems with the editing in that one, but at least I could actually see the action in that. Every time it's pretty dark, it's very hard to make out. I love that. Say what you will, like, oh, it's CGI and stuff, but that is a great transition. Actually, not a transition, I'm sorry. What's the correct word for that? You know. Because it went from real guys to CGI, but it still looked good. And honestly, I really like this setup. Ooh. Okay, I'm pretty sure his legs could have snapped right there. That was a cool kill. But I have to admit, wouldn't that henchman be able to run away by that point while James is scrambling trying to get the gun? Yeah, I remember really liking this action scene, but it didn't. It looked worse now. Ugh. Or maybe it's because I'm getting old. Because 2008, right? Almost 13 years ago, I was a younger man. Tanner! The point of that scene, they're just explaining about that one guy who we barely looked at in the first movie is actually a traitor. That's basically it. With some funny dialogue from Judi Dench. Wait. You're not Tanner? Are you? No. Where's Tanner? Am I getting this guy? No, you're not Tanner. Am I getting the character mixed up? Who's the guy from Skyfall and Spectre then? The one who's always by M? I thought that was Tanner. Unless they recasted him. Weird. This movie moves at a very fast pace, actually. We've been to 3 locations already. No, he was there, he just wasn't speaking? Okay. Ah, this is such a Jason Bourne thing. Look at that, with the knife. And he's fighting him with a book. Of course, it's a Jason Bourne thing. Actually, this fight is not that bad. It's just hilarious. Ooh. He was lucky that the guy he killed just happened to be blonde with blue eyes. Oh, Olga. god! She really deserved better character? Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, Tanner. Okay. It's weird that they showed him in a very. I don't know. Okay. I thought Olga did a good job in this. And I thought her character was pretty good. Way better than Jinx. Oh, this guy! This Quentin Tarantino looking guy. Actually, he doesn't look like Quentin Tarantino. I'm sorry. It's because of the way his brows look with the glasses. But yeah, they keep showing him off, and you keep thinking that he's gonna have a big major role. Like, he's gonna be like a badass henchman. He's gonna be a very hard man to kill. He's gonna have a final fight with Bond. No, he just dies. And I will say this, even back then, I thought this villain was lame. No offense to the actor. I thought he acted fine. I just do not care about this villain. And when he had the final fight with the fire axe, I was like, this guy is lame. I will say, his performance reminds me a lot of the bad guy from Never Say Never Again. And I totally forgot that villain's name. He's he's supposed to be number 2. Shoot, I'm forgetting these names. But yeah, his performance reminds me of the villain of that movie. Largo, thank you. Okay, that motorcycle stunt was cool. Oh! This is shot and edited horribly. Wow! And I also like the fact that the music sounds like Mad Max Fury Road. You hear that guitar riff in the background? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, she did get hit. Okay. I'm confused. What exactly happened right there? Did a gas tank explode or the boat Like, popped? I mean, why would it do that? I'm trying to figure that out. He had the hook, he put it on the boat, I saw a gas tank, then the boat came off, and then it flew. But it didn't look like it popped or exploded. That's why I'm very confused. What exactly happened right there? Okay, if you really want us to focus on the phone, can you at least not have him shake it that much? Oh my god. Actually, I think this movie is getting worse. I'm sorry. I think you said you liked this movie, right, Justin? Worst boat chase in the series? It's up there. You're not wrong. It is up there. I'm not sure if it's the worst though. uh, Judy Dent is hilarious. Everything she says. You killed him. Wait, is that who I think it is? That's not Hopper from Stranger Things, is it? David Harbour. Is wait, no. Sorry, I think I only clicked David Harbour. Oh yeah, that is David Harbour. Okay. Oh, I should have just seen the comment. I'm sorry, Justin. I was busy looking at my phone. Oh, yeah, the hair and the mustache, it threw me off. And also, he's a lot fatter in this, right? I can't tell. I think it's because of the way he's angled and the suit. Because if Matt Damon had the same hairstyle and the mustache, he would also look fat in that too. I'm trying to remember the first time I really recognized David Harbour. Like, the first time I was like, this guy is good. I think that's with Johnny Depp. I think it's the Whitey Bulger movie. I totally forgot what it's called. I think it's Black Mass or something like that. David Harbour was good in that. Regen's Austria? The same Felix 2 movies in a row? What is this madness? Oh, yeah, I forgot. He doesn't show up in Skyfall or Spectre. He does show up again in No Time to Die, but man, it's weird. And Jeffrey Wright is back for No Time to Die, so at least that's good. It's consistent, at least. If they have to recast someone as Felix in the James Bond movie after that, I'm fine with it, because at least it's consistent, you know? They didn't do like a radical recasting in these movies. Hmm. Seriously, who is that henchman? He's being introduced to people and stuff like that? He's talking with people too? I felt like he has a giant backstory, but he does absolutely nothing in this movie. And you could say it's a clever joke. Like, you think something big is gonna happen with him, but then he dies and it's just hilarious. But I will say I was kind of disappointed. Oh, wow. James Bond is strong enough to break the handle like that? Wow. Well, it makes sense. He broke through a wall. You know, this reminds me of which Mission Impossible movie is it? I think it's Syndicate, the one where they're in the opera house and there's a sniper. Yeah, he outed them and now they're walking away. That's hilarious. But I'm sorry, cameras back in 2008, especially cameras like those, they they aren't good quality. And also, didn't he just take a picture of a guy showing his side? Like, how do you get facial recognition from that? Oh, we recognize the size of the side of his face. It's a good idea, though. Don't get me wrong. This is a cool scene. Rogue Nation. Okay, thank you. It was weird that for a moment there were no gunshots. Like, you couldn't even hear anything. Oh my god, the editing it did. Ah. Oh. How many frames? Each shot, how many frames is that? That really hurts my eyes. Here's the thing, guys. Whatever you do, you always have to show the environment so people don't get confused. And also, each shot has to have a good amount of frames so people can register what's happening. See? For that, we can see what's going on because it's not shaking. The shot wasn't quick. Do you even trust Tanner? I mean, you just said so yourself that one of your most personal guards you've been with for, what, 8 years? Didn't you say that? And it turns out that he's a terrible person, so how do you trust Tanner then? How do you trust anyone, M? If anything, Bond should be the only one you should trust. I don't know, this just doesn't seem logical to me. I trust everyone except Bond, even though Bond is the one who's helping everyone. I don't get it. And yeah, I know it's basically a reboot and Casino Royale is the first movie, but shouldn't she know by now? How we're almost at the halfway point. Oh, Mathis. Oh, I think you meant to say guy. Okay. Unless he is gay. That is a funny comment. I know what you mean, though. Unless I am blind. That's an A instead of a U, right? Yeah. I'm glad that they brought Mathis back and cleared his name for this movie. Yep. I do like this actor. And this character. That was some weird ass editing right there. What the it's almost like the DVD glitched. What the hell? It went from her wanting him to rub a lotion, then he drank and wow, that was awful. You know what's weird? I felt like this scene should happen later in the movie. I felt like it happened way too soon. Like, I want you to come with me. 1 minute later. I was wondering why you came with me. I felt like there should have been a scene or two before this scene, you know? It's weird. I want you to come with me. 1 minute later. Why'd you come with me? Oh, I love her. I love her. Gemma Arterton, Strawberry Fields. I love this actress, man. Hell, she is in some of the worst movies I've seen, but she was good. Well, they're not exactly worst because I found them entertaining, but I admit they're bad. She was great in Prince of Persia, the Disney movie, even though it's weird because that movie is not a faithful adaptation of the video game, but it's actually a decent movie based on a video game, if that makes sense. I would have loved to be in the editing room of this movie just to see what happened. Yeah. And that's the weird thing. I know it's called the writer's strike, so you assume it's just the writing, but it affected so much of movies back then. I felt like that scene should have been cut. Like, what was the point of that? It was just a joke? Because all James Bond wanted was a better motel hotel? He wants to be in a hotel. I guess that's the joke. I mean, that's why we had to see him go to a shitty one. I mean, what was the point? It's James Bond. He doesn't fucking care. He's on a mission. When does he what at this point, why would he care about being like royalty and shit? Being treated like royalty. Just looked her up on IMDb. This is the only film I've seen her in. Really? It would have been a funny joke if he's actually naked and he was looking at his dick. I just realized that she has very short screen time in this. Because I think she has like one or two scenes and then she's dead. Which is basically just a reference to Goldfinger. You know what I just realized? I think if they introduced Blofeld instead of Dominic Green, I think it might have worked better. I could be wrong. I felt like, because Dominic Green is not really that interesting, but I'm pretty sure if they had Christoph Waltz as Blofeld in this, and he sets up everything because he's the mastermind, I think it would have worked. Although I must admit, if we do have Blofeld here, I'm pretty sure that Skyfall would probably not exist. Or Skyfall would be altered so heavily that it might be better or worse. I don't know. It's a trade-off. A double-edged sword. Hmm. Not happen because Thunderball writes in Blacori hands. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows who James Bond is. Damaged goods. I remember that from the trailer. Actually, yeah, I think the Blofeld idea would have been better because if Blofeld is like the main reason why Evergreen Vesper is killed, he wants revenge. So Blofeld is like this main antagonist of James Bond, and he keeps becoming like this war. He's tried to stop Spectre. I would have been fine with that actually. I can't remember. Do they ever mention significance of these characters having colors of the last names, white, green, or is that coincidence? Um. Oh, I just realized you brought it up. Oh, Mathis is dead. Why did I forget that? How did I forget that? I know we're supposed to feel sad for him, but the problem is he was barely in this movie. It's basically like a cameo. So I want to feel sad. Even though yes, we had so much of him in the first movie, but I felt like there should have been more of him in this. You know? Maybe it's just me. I felt like he should have had more screen time in this. And this movie is short, so I felt like there was like at least 10 to 20 minutes like they could have added to this. At least not for action scenes, I mean, at least for the story, for character development, for slow scenes. I think that would have been better. It could be that they actually shot it and just cut it. That could be it. Oh my god, it has to be Bond. That's her only reason. Honestly, the whole colors for the last names thing, I think that's only for Casino Royale and what's it called? Quantum of Solace. Actually, I'm trying to remember. I think there was a article saying why the villain's name is green. It's because he's a terrorist for oil. So I guess it's ironic that for a guy who wants to save the planet, even though he wants to destroy it as well, and his last name is Green, I think that's what it's. I think that's what the article was saying. I'm not sure about White though. I assume White is from the books because this is the first book. Unless White is made just for the movie, I don't even know about that. There's about 40 minutes left. Actually, no, I don't know how long the credits is. So maybe 35 minutes left? She heard that? They heard that? That I'm a little confused. Did they hear that? And I gotta say, so far, this is not shot. I mean, this is not edited badly. It's actually pretty competent. It's shot well, it's edited well. I kind of wish they give Camille's some stuff to do in the scene. Because all she does is just say if the person's behind him or not, which angle. I mean, I guess you could say that's helpful, but I kind of wish like she had a gun or something, or she starts dropping items down the ramp or something. You know? Okay, that was kind of edited terribly. They should have been dead. That was a hard landing, man. That is death. They are dead. Hell, in Call of Duty Warzone, I would have broken my legs from that kind of fall. Are you kidding me? That's not survivable. Silva in Skyfall is close to Silver. Oh, I guess you could say that. He's a loose cannon! You know what? I think that's a giant problem with this movie. If Bond was really, really. If Bond was actually leaving bodies left and right, like he's been killing everyone in sight, then I can understand that argument. But I don't know. He seems like a. He seems like he honestly doesn't really care much about Vesper's death, to be honest. If he actually wants revenge, he would have been killing everyone. Like Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2. Everyone! Honestly, I kind of felt like they should have done the Mad Max Fury Road approach to this. Like, she is the main character, Bond is a side character. Bond is actually helping her, trying to get her revenge. Because that idea to me sounds much more entertaining, much more interesting than what the hell we got for this movie. But of course, people wouldn't like that because it is James Bond. You can't have the guy be a side character in his own movie. And I know some people complained about that in Mad Max Fury Road, but I honestly dug it because they were equals, pretty much, Mad Max and Furiosa. But the thing is, people forget that that's kind of the point of Mad Max 2, 3, and 4. That it feels like he's a side character in someone else's story. For your eyes only? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you please stop going back and forth between the light and the dark, and the light and the dark, and the light and the dark? It's annoying, man. Just show them seeing a little crack or something like that of light, and then they bust through, then they walk into the desert. That's fine. You don't have to have this stupid ass montage. This I'm fine with, but why'd you do that in the beginning of it, man? It makes no sense. If you're trying to be artsy, I get it, it just doesn't work. Sorry, and you know what? Oh yeah, right, Strawberry Fields dies right now. Run. You know what? I'll say this. Yes, it is a reference to Goldfinger, but I felt like this is a bit more believable because people believe that he knows at this point that whatever he does, there are consequences, and he could get people killed. In Goldfinger, yeah, he's sad about it, but they just forget about it. I mean, that's it. You know what? You know what I mean? Too on the nose? Yeah, I can understand that. Actually, you know what I think would have made it better? I don't mind if she died in the oil. I think it would have been better if she was actually fully clothed and died. Because we already done the naked woman covered in something already, you know? So if we have someone who was just drowned immediately in oil and left like that, I think that would have been better. Also, I was gonna say this. I think the reason why I'm hating this a lot more now, not only because you know, I've seen so many movies that done this better, and also because I just saw, and it's mostly because I just saw Casino Royale yesterday. The thing is that there was a 2-year gap between Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. I haven't seen a Casino Royale since I saw it in on DVD at that time. So at least that's a 2-year gap until I saw Quantum of Solace, and I remember liking Quantum of Solace. But now the gap is much smaller. It's less than 24 hours. Because I'm really not interested in this movie. I'm not invested that much. It's honestly kind of an ugly movie to look at, too. Because you could definitely tell it's rushed. Like, it's clumsily handled, badly edited, and it feels rushed. And another problem is, this is not based on any book, I believe, so that's a problem. They are trying to make their own script. And it just doesn't work. Yeah, I don't dislike it as much as you do, but it's definitely not as good as Remember. I mean, right now, I'm not saying that I hate this movie, but wow, my opinion on it really changed so far. And there's still about 20 minutes left, so we'll see. Maybe I really love the finale. I don't know. I could be wrong. I felt like the guy who's playing Madrano is the same guy from Sicario, the one who killed Benicio del Toro's family. I could be wrong because this movie is 12 years old, and he looks like an old dude already. So maybe it's not the same guy. Again, I could be wrong. Oh, CinemaSins. I think he says that if there's ever a person eating an apple on screen, he's an asshole. Unless that is the movie trope. If you see a guy eating an apple on screen, they're assholes. He's wearing a neck bracer? Jesus Christ! Everything explodes. They are terrible soldiers. Seriously, you see a woman walking down the stairs with a gun? Ah, this is my favorite part. Do you have to show her panties? What the hell was that? I love this! I really love this! Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, that's a cool stunt. Ah, come on. So lame. Seriously, dude? Ooh. Okay, that's a cool shot. I like that. Ooh. Oh, he stabbed himself in the foot. I totally forgot about that. Okay, they should be inhaling so much smoke right now. Seriously. I forgot. How did they get out of this? Are they saved by someone? That was it? Just caused a bigger explosion? Why'd you tell him to wait? Why'd you tell her to wait there? Can't she just wait in the car? I don't get it. In which Bond leaves the villain to die and walks away the same half-ass way they usually leave him to die. You know, I would have found it funny if Green was still alive after that. Like, oh, they just picked him up because he had a GPS thing in his arm or something, you know? That would have been hilarious. And Bond's like, fuck! I thought he would die! Kazan, Russia. You know, I don't know. I mean, I understand sometimes when you go to new places, it's better to show the location of the new area, but I don't know. I don't like those title cards. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Why do you keep giving the same exact necklace to people? I mean, after a while, people are gonna connect the dots. Fucking moron. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Quantum of Solace. Well, so before the credits, it's about an hour and 42 minutes. Gotcha. Eh. It's just eh. Not amazing, not horrible. It did not age well. It got worse in my opinion. And it's, I don't know, the length of it, because these James Bond movies are usually over 2 hours long, almost 2 hours and 10 minutes long. Because of that, I felt like about 30 minutes it's cut. Or if they didn't shoot those scenes, then they should have added 30 more minutes of scenes. It's just, oh man. Man, it came out at the wrong time with the whole writer strike and all that shit. It's just, oh man, what a travesty, man. Again, I don't hate this movie. I honestly don't. I mean, there are some things about it I do like, but at the same time, it's mediocre, and all I would say the editing is atrocious. I mean, wow. I mean, you could. Here's the thing: you can have a movie with a bad script, but at least make it entertaining and look stylish and make it look good to watch. I mean, you know what? I like Zack Snyder movies, but at least I understand some people argue about the style over substance, but at least if their style, you could be like, ooh, it's pretty to look at least. Or like the Michael Bay movies like Transformers and Bad Boys. Well, it's stupid as hell, but I'm being blown away by the explosions and giant robots and explosions everywhere, you know? It's just this movie. Because coming off of Casino Royale, which is such a high mark, to the point where a lot of people say it's actually their most favorite James Bond movie of all time. It's just, yeah, this is such a big letdown. I mean, yeah, wow. But I'll say this, Olga Kurylenko as Camille, I thought she was great. I do like her character. But honestly, I felt like she should have been in the movie a lot more. Also, Mathis should have been in the movie a lot more. If you're gonna introduce Beam like that, show him a lot more. Felix should have been a lot more. Almost everyone should have been in it a lot more. But the problem with that is, Dominic Green, I honestly don't know how to make his character better other than to cut him out, because I honestly felt like the main villain should have been Madrona. I think that's his name, because he has more of a significance with Camille. Hell, why don't you make Madrona like the villain who got Vesper killed as well? That could have. You didn't have to have all these multiple villains and that one useless henchman that just dies, you know? You could have made it all about him. Wouldn't that make more sense? I mean, for something during the writing strike and you're trying to cut corners and shit, shouldn't you have like one main villain? And I think it should have been Madrona. And unfortunately, even his character is nothing, but at least I can understand why Camille wants him dead because of the backstory she has. Dominic Green is such a nothing villain in this, and it's a shame because, again, no offense to the actor, I thought he was fine, but I just did not give a damn about this freaking character. If they wanted to go with a character like that, they should have done something like Blofeld. You know? And yeah, I know you talked about this, Alex, because they still have the rights issues with Blofeld. But man, I mean, I felt like that would have been better. And you know what? I understand, because they have to release a Bond movie every few years to keep it in the rights and shit. And also the writer's strike happened as well. It was just bad timing for everything, especially since Casino Royale was so good and everyone expected a good follow-up, especially since the way it ended and that everyone's thinking James Bond wants revenge for Vesper's death. So yeah, it's just this did not work. This did not. Yeah, those are my ideas. I felt like focus more on Camille, like make her more of a main character this time. Yeah, White, actually, yeah, why shouldn't White be like the main villain also? Because you set him up in Casino Royale. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, they could have done so much. Who's the dumbass who thought Green would be a good choice? I don't get it. Either make it Madrona or White. You know, that whole scene in the opera was a very cool idea. Sure, the execution with the editing was bad, but it was a cool idea. And you know what? Honestly, I thought the Mission Impossible did a better job with that, but still, it was a cool idea. Oh, man. But you know what? Because this movie was disappointing, I'm gonna have a fun time with Skyfall because I love that movie. And honestly, for me, I still think it's my number one favorite Daniel Craig James Bond movie, but that might change. That might once we explore it next week for Monday, 11 p.m. if everything is according to schedule. What else can I talk about this one? Yeah, the Goldfinger reference with the oil. Like I said, I felt like if she wasn't naked, like she was in her outfit and like either the dress she was wearing or the regular outfit she was wearing, like dunked in oil and then left on the bed, I think that would have been a bit more traumatic. Because we already done the naked girl covered in something, you know? At least make it slightly different besides just covering her in oil compared to gold. But yeah, and also, they keep talking about oil this, oil that, oil this, oil that, but you don't really see it that much. So, hell, you see water and dirt more than oil. So, it's weird. Ah, man. Yeah, I gotta say, my opinion really changed on this. It is actually much worse than I remembered. I'm looking forward to revisiting Skyfall. I remember loving the first half. Oh, you weren't a fan of the second half? I do admit that some people said that they complained about once James Bond goes back home, that the movie goes off the rails a little bit. I was honestly fine with it because, yes, it's basically James Bond in a Home Alone situation. But at the same time, I like that it's James Bond going back to basics, like even more back to basics compared to Casino Royale. So that's that. Positive of this movie, not boring. Yeah, I'll say this. This movie was not boring me. I was not bored, so I'll give it that. Spectre bored me more than this. And I guess the good thing about this movie, because it didn't bore me, is the fact that this movie is less than 2 hours long. So it kept my interest, you know, in that short time span. I guess that's what made it work. But yeah, so I'll say the positives. Olga Korilenko, I thought she was great. Daniel Craig was still good. Judi Dench was fun. What was it? I like Gemma Arterton, even though I felt like she should have more scenes. Mathis is still good. Jeffrey Wright was good, but at the same time, I felt like he shouldn't even be in it because his scenes are pretty much nothing. It's just a cameo. I mean, what do they really talk about in the bar? Because I'm pretty sure all he said is, you gotta run your ass, James. I mean, what other information did he get? I don't think I really paid attention that much because that's all I keep hearing, run your ass, James. What else? Some stunts are cool. Some stunts are cool, but man, it's just, oh, that editing. And it's sad because World War Z, I had problems with the editing too, but that one, at least I could tell what's going on. I could tell what's going on. Yeah, that's the problem with action scenes like this. Okay, you know what? Paul Greengrass, he directed all the James Bond movies. I mean, not James Bond, I'm sorry. Jason Bourne movies, right? He directed all, up to 4. I mean, I don't know who directed the Jeremy Renner one. But, yeah, so I believe Paul Greengrass worked on all the main Jason Bourne movies with Matt Damon. But I will say the last one, the Jason Bourne, that movie, it was awful. I honestly hated it, especially with the editing. I hated the action. But I'll say, at least he knows how to make it work in the first 3 Jason Bourne movies. Like, yes, there is still the shaky cam. And yes, there's the fast, quick editing. But at least he shot in a way, and also he knows visually like what would be pleasing to the eye, what could the eye capture. So that's why it's not hard to watch the action for these movies. For those movies, because if you could tell, it's mostly it's not, I wouldn't say it's brightly lit, but it's lit enough so you could see everything. And also everything is in like a cool color tone, like everything's in the blues and the greens and stuff, so at least you could tell what's going on. Here is the problem, because it's mostly browns and blacks, so every time you see them fighting in the dark, even though it's not dark, but it's still dark, and you're doing the shaky cam, and it's contrasting with the brightness of the environment, it does not work. And also, if you cut it in like 12 to 15 frames, the eye cannot register it. It just looks horrible to us, and we're still reeling from that. And once you finally show a good shot where our eyes are trying to get used to that, and then you cut back to something atrocious looking, yeah, it just hurts our eyes. It makes our brains insane. You gotta stop doing that shit. So yeah, if you want to keep it like Jason Bourne, at least realize what the hell Paul Greengrass was actually doing. And unfortunately, Paul Greengrass did a horrible job with that in Jason Bourne, because I remember that final car chase and also the fucking fight in the sewers. That was god awful. That really was awful. I almost threw up when I saw that in theaters. Oh man, that was really bad. I'm not a fan of the Bourne movies, but at least the editing was an original artistic vision as well. This feels like it was trying to mimic another financially successful franchise. Yeah. And you know what? I can understand people trying to copy and also put their own spin on it, but at least make it visually interesting, you know? And you know what? Here's the thing. I felt like if this movie... What year did Wanted come out? Because I felt like, Wanted also came out in 2008? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. You know, if this was, directed and shot like Wanted, I think this movie would have been, much better. Because Wanted is stylish as hell, man. Wanted was freaking fantastic. Say what you will about the story being batshit. Say what you will about the curve the bullets thing, but I'm not saying that should be in a James Bond movie, no, but I'm just saying that kind of style is really cool. I felt like that could have suited Quantum of Solace more than the whole copying Jason Bourne thing and not realizing how to make that shit work. Because Wanted is mostly with those color tones, you know? So that's why I felt like it should have been like Wanted, or I could argue like a Zack Snyder movie. I know some people don't like to hear that. They're like, no, leave Zack Snyder out of it. But I'm just saying, like, that kind of style. Just don't go too much into the slow-mo, but at least Zack Snyder has a visual style, you know? Hell, even Michael Bay could have done a better job with this, I believe, to be honest. And I understand. I keep talking about these directors, and you're like, oh no, why are you recommending Michael Bay and Zack Snyder? Wanted was the one with Angelina Jolie? Yes. Man, Wanted came out in 2008 as well. So many movies came out in 2008 that I didn't realize. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, at least we're ending this stream short because the movie was short. So, if everything goes to plan, Monday, February 22nd, we're doing Skyfall at 11 p.m. Tuesday, again, if everything goes according to schedule, would be at 11 p.m. Spectre. That's the one I'm looking forward to the least. But after watching Quantum of Solace... who knows? Maybe I would like Spectre more. I don't know. And also, Man, I can't believe what a journey we took, guys. Man, it's almost coming to an end. So, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Unless you're also here for Friday, which I'm gonna stream WandaVision. I think I'm doing that at 3 p.m. Actually, no, I'm doing that much earlier. I think I'm doing that at 12 p.m. actually, because, you know, Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, they're showing up. Oh my god, I hate spoilers, man! Man, I hate spoilers. Anyway, see you next week. Thanks so much for watching, Alex. Thanks so much for watching, Justin. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Later.